It's Wednesday, the 3rd of July 2024. These are the science and space headlines we're following on Talkin Science. Kanyini's research funding boost. The early results of Asteroid Bennu are in. And Starliner's not perfect, but it'll be okay, says NASA and Boeing.
21 years online. From Star Trek to science and space. And we're not stopping. This is Talkin Science.
Well, in a bid to help us understand dark matter, astronomers have discovered 2 new satellite galaxies of the Milky Way. This also moves scientists a step closer to solving a lingering problem with the lambda cold matter model, the so-called standard model of cosmology, where the word cold assumes dark matter is composed of particles moving slower than the speed of light. Fascinating stuff. The South Australian Government and the SmartSat Cooperative Research Centre will collaborate to deliver 2 new research projects that will pilot the use of space data and artificial intelligence to enhance environmental monitoring on Earth. The $500,000 commitment will use data captured by South Australian-built satellite Kanyini to investigate ways to support government agencies and research institutions in the areas of thermal sensing and biodiversity mapping. One of the projects will use Kanyini's onboard thermal imagery and AI-based analytics capability to monitor a more current picture of surface temperatures across Adelaide and areas of South Australia and how this impacts citizens. A second project will pilot new approaches to improve understanding of land use in South Australia. This enhanced data could be used to help monitor changes in native vegetation cover, crop health, and even land use. The 4 volunteers who have been living and working inside NASA's first simulated year-long Mars habitat mission are set to exit their ground-based home on Saturday, July 6. The first Crew Health and Performance Exploration Analog, or CHAPEA, mission began in the 3D printed habitat on June 25 last year, with crew members Kelly Haston, Anka Celeru, Ross Brockwell and Nathan Jones. For more than a year, the crew simulated Mars mission operations, including Mars walks, grew and harvested several vegetables to supplement their shelf-stable food, maintained their equipment and habitat, and operated under additional stressors a Mars crew will experience, including communication delays with Earth, resource limitations, and even that isolation as well. Well, Curtin University researchers are among a global team of scientists who are discovering how our solar system came to be by uncovering the secrets hidden within a 4.5 billion-year-old asteroid. In September last year, after a 7-year journey, NASA's billion-dollar OSIRIS-REx mission successfully returned samples from the asteroid Bennu to the Utah desert, with specimens sent to research laboratories across the world, including Curtin in Perth. The samples consisted of mostly dark particles ranging from dust-sized to approximately 3.5 centimetres long. However, there are some lighter particles scattered throughout, some with stones, also having brighter material forming veins and crusts. OSIRIS-REx sample analysis team member Associate Professor Nick Timms from Curtin's School of Earth and Planetary Sciences said unlike meteorites which have fallen to Earth, the material collected from Bennu have been kept in pristine condition and haven't been contaminated by Earth's atmosphere or biosphere. Early analysis of the samples confirmed the presence of carbon-rich materials as well as several unexpected components like magnesium sodium phosphates, suggesting that asteroids like Bennu may have encountered water-based environments. Well, NASA has announced SpaceX has been selected to develop and deliver the US de-orbit vehicle for the International Space Station when it reaches its end of service life in 2030. But while SpaceX will develop the de-orbit spacecraft, NASA will take ownership and operate it throughout its mission. The key goals are to avoid populated areas, of course, by destructively breaking up as part of the re-entry process. Currently in its 24th year of continuous crewed operations, the space station is a unique scientific platform where crew members conduct experiments across multiple disciplines of research, including Earth and space science, biology, human physiology, physical sciences, and technology demonstrations not possible on Earth. NASA has successfully launched the fourth and final satellite in a series of advanced weather satellites for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration last week. The GOES-U, or Geostationary Operational Environmental Satellite, will benefit the United States by providing continuous coverage of weather and hazardous environmental conditions across much of the Western Hemisphere. In addition to its critical role in terrestrial weather prediction, the GOES constellation of satellites helps forecasters predict space weather near Earth that can interfere with satellite electronics, GPS, and radio communications. The GOES-U satellite goes beyond the capabilities of its predecessors with a new space weather instrument, the compact Chronograph 1, which blocks the sun's bright light so scientists can observe the relatively fainter solar atmosphere. Another NASA story. As NASA prepares for long-duration space missions to the Moon and Mars, a habitat growing concept selected last week by the American Space Agency could help grow homes using fungi for future explorers. A team of researchers at NASA's Ames Research Center in California's Silicon Valley will receive new funding under NASA's Innovative Advanced Concepts program to propel their habitat research involving mycelium, yard waste, and wood chips. While some habitats, such as landers and rovers, will be delivered to planetary surfaces, this development will enable explorers to travel with a compact habitat built out of lightweight material containing dormant fungi. By adding water, the fungi can potentially grow around that framework into a fully functional human habitat while being safely contained to avoid contaminating the environment. Work under the Phase 3 award will allow the research team to optimise material properties as well as enabling them to progress toward testing in low Earth orbit. Future applications of this project could include integration into commercial space stations or infusion into missions to the Moon, with the ultimate goal of use on Mars. NASA and Boeing have confirmed that Starliner can stay in orbit longer than the 45-day mission limit as the spacecraft is performing well. Launched on June 5 in a triumphant return to flight, Boeing's competitor to SpaceX's Dragon and Blue Origin suffered RCS thruster malfunctions upon approach to the space station before several helium leaks forced the crew to take refuge on board the orbital laboratory. Testing on June 15 failed to identify the root cause of the issues, but Boeing says the helium leaks have stabilised, and with 28 thrusters in total, only 5 were malfunctioning, and of those, only 1 has been taken offline, so the system is rated for use to undock and return to Earth. Plans are currently forming around action later this summer. Well, Trekzone membership gets you in first releases and first details. Sign up today to get early access to the 21st anniversary celebration and behind-the-scenes goss on the 2024 Trekzone Fan Film Awards presented by mentioning Trekkie Mentions next week. Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts all have podcast highlights of Talkin Science, so find us where you are. For now, this is Talkin Science for the 3rd of July, 2024.